Here in the Mid-South, some big changes are coming to the volunteer state after last week's special session at the state capitol. Not only did Governor Bill Lee's school choice plan pass through both the House and Senate, but now thousands of dollars are also being set aside for Hurricane Helene relief efforts in East Tennessee. Here to talk more about that and Tennessee's new Immigration Enforcement Division is Representative Tori Harris of Memphis. Representative Harris, welcome. Good to see you here at 3 p.m. How are things going for you?
Thanks, Alex. It is going well. We are in the heat of ending special session and starting our regular session. And so bill filing deadline is coming up tomorrow. So everybody's moving around pretty well.
Kind of give us an idea. We know in just a few days, Governor Lee will hold his State of the State address. What are you going to particularly be listening for and hoping for, especially for folks here in the Memphis area?
Well, you know what? After what we did last week with passing vouchers during our special session, I kind of expect that Governor Lee is going to be really taking this as what he considers probably a victory lap. And so I'm sure that we'll hear about how our schools and our roads and economy are really thriving. But honestly, that's just not the reality for most of the working families, especially here in Shelby County or throughout the state. So we're not going to hear real ways to really help folks pay their bills or put food on the table or to send their schools to a great public school. But I do expect that we will be introducing a lot of bills when it comes to like cutting the costs for families. You'll see bills come from us related to eliminating the grocery tax and trying to lower the cost of health care and child care. You will see how we will be trying to raise incomes by finally increasing our minimum wage and ensuring that our workers have the rights and protections that they deserve. So you may even see some legislation from some of us in trying to strengthen public safety, trying to confront poverty and different ways for us to eliminate guns in our community.
And
so
let me jump in just for a second here. Let's go back on the special session as well. The legislature approving a $430 million private school voucher program that critics say will quickly grow to maybe $1 billion and endangers the state budget. Do you see it that way? Any pros and cons to this?
Listen, I do see it that way. And I think millions of Tennesseans also see it that way. It took 10 years for us to finally get this voucher scam through the system, okay? And so I do expect that it's going to trickle down. Ultimately, you know, this is the governor's last term, right? And so he has no outlook for what happens after he's out of office. The amount of the cost of the vouchers program after he leaves is going to keep going up, and it's going to continue to cost us billions of dollars. I think that there's an income cap that they mentioned on the legislation, which only applies to about 50% of the 20,000 vouchers that will be giving out next year. And a lot of that goes to families who make over $173,000. So this is really a discount and a coupon for people who already go to private schools. So there's no real support or help for individuals that truly go to a public school. Another
issue a lot of people, especially here in the Mid-South, have been watching and kind of paying close attention to involving immigration. Of course, Governor Bill Lee's plan to create a state immigration enforcement arm. What are the benefits there? How do you view that?
Again, I don't see the benefit. Actually, what I look at it is it's unconstitutional. A lot of what we will see legislation-wise, because that's not what we did with immigration during special session is not going to be the last time we hear about immigration. This will be a very lengthy session. But to try to criminalize and put a felony on our local government officials, like those who are on Shelby County Commission or Memphis City Council for just even having a favorable vote for things like a sanctuary city is wrong. We're criminalizing the way our local officials vote, and so we shouldn't be doing that. So I don't think the benefit of this immigration legislation or the ones we should see coming is going to actually do anything to continue to protect individuals who are in our communities.
And Representative Harris, let's talk about something else that Memphians and folks here in Shelby County have been paying a lot of attention to, and it's like the story of the past month or two involving the future of the Memphis Shelby County School District and of course the school board, whether or not the state of Tennessee will sweep in and take over the board. Should things be kind of tweaked a little bit? Because a lot of critics out there are also saying, on both sides, saying something needs to be done to improve our schools and improve the school board. What would you say?
Listen, so a lot of those people who are saying things about our school board are actual citizens of our community. Those are the people that we should be listening to, and I really am a big believer of that. But also know that individuals were duly elected just like me, and so they represent for a specific purpose. And so we'll just be paying attention to what's going to happen. We haven't seen any legislation come to the state just yet, and so I've been staying on top of it. I've spoken with the chairman of education and others in great length about what could potentially happen that could be affecting our school board. And that, at this very second, we don't have anything. So it's really up in the air. A lot of talk right now. We haven't actually got anything concrete. But as soon as we do, I definitely know we'll be chiming in because we want to make sure that we protect Memphis Shelby County School and Shelby County as a whole.
All right, Representative Harris, keep us posted here on WREG. And by the way, congratulations on being elected chairman of the Shelby County delegation last week. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, Alex.
All right, good to see you as well.